Within 24 hours, the bounty hunter Descartes has to make the following choices. 1. Will you stay on the Earth after the nuclear war, or leave for good? 2. Will you buy a real sheep instead of an electric one? That's quite an expensive purchase. 3. Will you kill the replicant? It has a very beautiful face. 4. Can humans arbitrarily slaughter replicants? Suspense and mystery bothers the mind. Hello everyone, I'm back. Remember to like and subscribe. Today, I'm going to recommend a piece of work to you. The godfather of American cyberpunk, Philip K. Dick. Do androids dream of electric sheep? This book was written in 1968. That year, its deep philosophical thoughts shocked the world of science fiction literature. It was adapted into a movie twice, in 1982 and 2017. Blade Runner. Now, let us open the book. In a post-nuclear war future, the entire Earth is wrapped in harmful nuclear radiation, like a sky-covering blanket. Deadly radioactive dust has wiped out most of the creatures on Earth. Almost everything has gone extinct. At the same time, the physical condition and health of humanity, once seen as the brave, has been severely tested. Earth is no longer suitable for human habitation. So, governments around the world unanimously began to abandon Earth and instead started working on human migration to various outer planets to encourage the remaining population on Earth to migrate quickly. Governments jointly promised that every person who migrated to another planet would be given a replicant to assist with all kinds of work. Under these conditions, the population on Earth kept dwindling. Most who remained were mutants affected by radiation. These mutants had ugly appearances, and many had regressed in mental capacity. They had trouble finding work, and the government did not allow them to emigrate to other planets. They were left on Earth, labeled as specials. However, the lives of the emigrants weren't as carefree as they imagined. In fact, after the Great Migration to space, humanity across the solar system fell into an existential crisis. Replicants had replaced humans in doing almost everything. Real humans were left with nothing but a sense of emptiness. They even needed emotion regulators to control their emotions. For example, setting it to level 1 made them happy, and setting it to level 4 made them motivated. There was even a level to 188 to make them want to watch TV, and a level 594 to make them completely obedient to their husbands. The strangest setting was level 666, which made them want to use the emotion regulator to regulate their own emotions. To maintain basic humanity, humans also invented a technology called the empathy box. Allowed people to connect their brainwaves and experience something like Greek mythological Sisyphus pushing a boulder uphill and then watching it roll down over and over. Humans called this mercerism. It even became the only religion left in this world. On the other hand, replicants longed for the freedom of life on Earth. Many replicants secretly returned to Earth. Even though they were quickly caught, they kept coming back just to enjoy the freedom of not being commanded on Earth. Rick Deckard, a bounty hunter on Earth, was responsible for tracking down and eliminating escaped replicants. Lately, Deckard was troubled. The reason was that his pet sheep had died of tetanus. Due to the extinction of most animals, Earth's people regarded raising pets as a symbol of social status. Those who could afford it would buy live animals to raise, like cows, sheep, or horses. Those who couldn't would settle for buying electric or synthetic pets. Deckard, as a second-rate bounty hunter, hadn't had a case in a long time. He was short on money and couldn't afford to buy a real sheep. So he had to settle for ordering a very realistic-looking synthetic sheep to place on his rooftop on an artificial lawn shielded by a pollution barrier. Although it was just a synthetic sheep, it could eat grass and ruminate. It was almost indistinguishable from a real one. One morning, a group of Nexus 6 replicants who had escaped to Earth severely injured Deckard's colleague, Dave. Deckard's boss ordered him to track down and kill the 6 replicants. Deckard accepted the mission, hoping to earn the bounty and buy a real sheep, but this hunt would present him with unprecedented challenges before finding the replicants. Deckard's boss instructed him to first visit the Seattle-based replicant company, the Rosen Corporation, to acquire the company's latest tool for detecting empathy, a device that distinguishes replicants from humans. At the Rosen Corporation, a replicant named Rachel introduced the device to Deckard. Although replicants had evolved to look just like flesh and blood humans, and humans had become so apathetic that they were increasingly like cold, lifeless beings, what still differentiated them was the human's innate capacity for empathy. This machine was specifically designed to detect that ability in the tester. Rachel explained that the test method was simple. It essentially involved describing things like a bearskin rug, a mounted deer head, or a fillet steak, deer head pendant, filet mignon, etc. The test device would detect this, and the data would clearly reveal the truth. With the device in hand, Deckard set out on his mission. The first replicant he encountered was Polakov, who had injured his colleague, Dave. Polakov had disguised himself as a police officer. With the help of another replicant, the actress Luba Luft, they tricked Deckard into going to the police station. The chief of police was also a replicant, Garland. Luckily, Deckard used the detection device in time to uncover the truth and kill the 3 of them. The intensity of their survival instincts, however, left Deckard shaken. Because replicants had short lifespans, they lived without restraint when they came to Earth, becoming singers, police officers, and so on. They lived fuller lives. In stark contrast to humans sinking into nothingness, they seemed so vibrant and alive. Deckard began to feel confused. He even started to empathize with the replicants. In a strange twist, Deckard took Rachel, the replicant employee, to a hotel and had a physical relationship with her. Afterward, Deckard raised his laser gun, intending to kill her, just as he had done with the others. But this time, he couldn't do it. Just then, Deckard's boss called him and gave him the details of the remaining 3 replicants. They were Roy Batty, a chemist, his wife, Irmgard, and a third, named Price Stratton. His boss urged him to finish the mission quickly, reminding him that time was limited. After all, there were only so many slots available for emigration to other planets. Descartes resumed his mission. Through his investigation, he learned that the 3 were hiding in the house of a special, John Isidore. Isidore was a dull man. His only entertainment was experiencing Mercerism. So, when the 3 replicants arrived, he was overjoyed. At first, he even helped them avoid capture. He was overjoyed, even helped evade capture at first. However, one night, the truth was revealed that Mercerism was a hoax. Mercer was just a Hollywood extra. The boulder was a plastic prop, and the blood was just ketchup. Humanity's belief was shattered. Isidore was left reeling as if caught in a storm. Meanwhile, the emotionless replicants laughed it off as a joke. Seeing the replicants mock his faith, Isidore became enraged. Their friendship, which had previously united them, was now broken. Isidore betrayed them, reporting the 3 replicants. In the end, Descartes successfully located the 3 replicants and began his hunt. First, he killed the replicant leader, Roy Batty. When Batty's wife, Irmgard, was heartbroken over her husband's death, Descartes also killed her. Then he easily took care of the last replicant. Descartes and Isidore should have been satisfied with their victory, but both fell into a long silence. When Descartes returned home, his wife told him that the replicant Rachel Rosen had pushed his electric sheep off the roof. Descartes could only offer a bitter smile. Doing the wrong thing, doing something you shouldn't do, violating your own identity. It's an unavoidable law of the universe. But at least you can choose how to act. Choose the kind of person you want to be. In the end, Descartes resigned from his job and drove to a desolate area. He got out of the car and began walking on a rugged mountain path. The metallic taste in the air, the burning sensation in his lungs, the warmth of sweat running down his forehead. At that moment, on the still alive yet silent earth, Descartes felt like he had become Mercer. In the desert, Descartes found an emaciated, barely alive electric toad. He carefully took it back home because he felt even electric animals have their own life, however faint it may be. Descartes' wife ordered a box of electronic flies online to feed the electric toad because she noticed her husband's feelings for this electric toad had deepened